Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm so happy. I'm getting so many from people loving my videos. I'm getting so many responses to people saying, I just want to connect with you. I want to do something with you. Thank you and thank you and thank you. This is a topic that everybody wants to hear about. But I first want to address the man. I'm getting inboxes like that's not me at all. I never said all men. I'm just talking about me personally, what I experienced in relationships. I'm getting inboxes from guys saying, I take care of the mother of my child, even if we ain't together. Before I eat, she eats. I'm not saying all guys are like that. Let's talk about that really, really fast because I'm not going to be here alone because I have some things to do this morning. But because I need my male audience. And I welcome your response in my inbox after you listen to my videos. Please, I'm that type of person. I like to learn from things. If you have any suggestions, if you have any input on anything I'm talking about, like I'm getting response now, guys are telling me different stories about their child. I read every. I'm not that type of person. I read every message and I welcome your suggestions. Once again, I never said all men. It all depends too on the person. Just because you have a child by someone doesn't mean that they love you. Now, if you have love for the mother of your child, of course you're gonna before you eat, you're gonna make sure she good because, like the man of God said, I want to make sure she's healthy so she can take care of my kids. So whatever she needs, I'm gonna make sure she got it. Now, let's talk about that. For example, I know I'm not saying no names because I don't want people like, why did you tell my business out here? But the reason why I use examples is because people know what happened. If I'm talking about them, they could say, okay, she's telling the truth, so that's why I use examples. That's the reason, because I like to connect with my audience. I just don't want it to be all about me. I want to use other people so people can relate to the stories. But it's this man who in Chicago area who's not with the mother of his child anymore. He got his own place. She got her own place. She was working at a job, and this is a true story. She didn't like her job anymore because she was like, I don't feel like I'm advancing or whatever. He said, quit your job. Listen to this. He said, quit your job, but he had the money to help her, though. If you ain't got the money, I'm not telling you to get in a bind or anything like that. But if you have the finances and you truly care about her, he has the finances. He told her to quit her job, and she took up a short-term career. I can't say what it is because then people know who I'm talking about. And he told her to go ahead and finish that, and he paid all her bills. He paid her rent, everything. He took care of her. But her trade that she took up, I don't even think it was not even 6 months, up to 6 months. But now she's working in that field and she's making money. And he said, I want you to do that because are you doing good? That means my kids gonna do good. So he really cared about her. So it depends on the person if they truly care about the well-being of the mother of the child. And another story, true story. I was going to Tryon College at this time. I already had my first child. And me and this young lady, we were taking classes together. But at Tryon College, sometimes it'd be like a gap in between your classes. So we used to go to eat lunch together. Her car had messed up. And she had called the father of her child, and she told him, and he was like, well, he couldn't do it, but he called somebody else to come pick up her car and everything. I was like, ooh, girl, y'all good like that? She's like, girl, he makes sure I'm good. She like, I can call him what any hours of the time of the night, no matter who he with. He was with different. What they know about me, and they already know. He makes sure we good. And I'm like, wow. So once again, gentlemen, I'm not saying that guys out here, and I got some cousins personally who, if I always said this, if I ever get married, I want them to be best men at my wedding because they take care of their kids and they take care of the mother of their children, and they're not even with them, and they know, for example, they know it's true about the women cars. They ain't have no cars, so they can get back and forth to work, make sure they good, make sure their utilities are paid, make sure they got food in the house, everything. So not all guys are like that. So like I said, I welcome your response. So I got to watch my wording. I never said all guys. I'm just talking about my experience. And then I had a good experience too, so I could talk about mine. My first child father, my mom, and know the truth about this as well, and he knows too. So if he ever get on here and he can listen to the video himself, I never forget we weren't together anymore. I was at my parents' house, and he had called me, and he was like, I got my money. And I was like, what money you get? Before I met him, his apartment was in a fire. His apartment was in a fire, and he lost a lot of stuff. He lost all his pictures. I mean, he lost a lot of stuff, he told me. But at this time I had forgot about it. And we went together, and he was like, I got my check, my insurance check for my fire in my house. And he was like, I'm on my way. He didn't have a car, so he had took a cab from the city to Maywood. I was living in Maywood at the time, and he took a cab over there. And we went he was like, what mall's over here? And I knew about North Riverside, but Winston Plaza, I used to like Winston Plaza for some reason. I liked the Winston Plaza at the time. This was like 2000, early 2000s. I don't know why my nose keep itching. And so we went to Winston Plaza, and we went to Foot Locker first for my baby. He bought her 2 pair of gym shoes out of there. I remember this story. He bought her 2 pair of gym shoes, and at that time I was trying to get out of my gym shoe phase. He was like, you want to wear some gym shoes? I was like, no, I don't want no gym shoes. I'm trying to, be a girl, like, now start wearing shoes, and with the, boots and different things. I'm like, I'm trying to get out my gym shoe phase. So he got her 2 pair of gym shoes out of there. Then he went next door. He got her some clothes and everything. He was like, so what do you want? So he took me. I got me some clothes, and he took me, got me some shoes and everything too. Mind you, we wasn't together. He didn't have to tell me anything about his money. So that lets me know, like my mom said, he actually genuinely cared about you. So that's why I'm trying to rephrase it. He actually cared about you. Just because you have a child by somebody don't mean that they genuinely care about you. Some guys, they can care less. Like, you just the mother of my child. That's it. That's all we got together is a kid. They don't generally care about you. Then after that, we took my baby back to the house, and we went out to eat. And then he handed me money in my hand. And my mom even said, and she's a witness to that, he didn't even have to call you and tell you anything. But he generally cares about you. She always told me that. Even though all the things that y'all went through, you got to read the first book, A Mother's Diary, at the end of the day, he generally cared about you. And he even said to this day, I actually care about you. I want to make sure you okay. Another story too, this guy, I don't have any kids by him, but even though he be telling me, even though we not together, I generally care about you. And that's why I want to keep saying care. I want to make sure you good. You can call me any hour, other day. If you need me, I'm there. That's somebody who generally care about you. Now, if a person don't care about you, I'm saying that, so for the guys in the inboxes, if they don't care about you, they're not going to do none of that. Like I said, I got 3 cousins. I want them to be the best man at my wedding, if I ever get married, because I see how they are. Even if they ain't with their child mother, how they are. I'm like, wow, I just didn't, look up in that area. But they generally care about making sure they got cars, making sure they car good, making sure they house good, making sure they utilities paid, making sure they generally care, because they know if she's good, guess what? Your kid is good. Even though they ain't in the same house, so they don't want to leave all the stress on her. Like, I'm finna just leave you hanging like that. They generally care like that. Some guys don't. They like, here, I do what I'm supposed to do. That's it. But some guys don't look at it like that. They like, I'm gonna make sure you good. It ain't no limit on what I'm supposed to do for you. I got you. Like I said, this guy, he know who I'm talking about. I didn't say your name on here, but he's not with his child mother. And that's the guy on the street. He got his own apartment, everything. But he made sure she was good. I was like, whoa. They was like, he do this all the time. Even when I was working, he still was coming over here. You couldn't tell that he wasn't here. Now when they get into another relationship, of course, the guy gonna pull back some, but if they still care, they still gonna say, do you need anything? But a lot of guys, if they know that you ain't in a relationship with somebody or whatever, but they got you. Even if you are in a relationship, they still call and say, do you need anything? I got you. There's no limit on how they helping you. So those are examples. So male audience, I'm not knocking y'all. I said some, and I was using examples. So now I done gave some good examples, so y'all can't be saying, "Ooh, she male bashing on here," because I don't do none of that. I'm getting inboxes like that's not me at all. I treat me and my mother, my child, we got a good relationship. Before I eat, she eat. You can ask her, I don't know what type of guys you been messing with. Once again, male audience, I said some guys, not all, so I just didn't look up in that department, like I said, I'm not bashing anybody or anything like that. So I want to talk about that key component really, really fast. I don't want to lose my male audience. And another thing, I get inboxes from women too that related to my videos. They want to know, how do you move on? How do you move forward? And my topic today is arrival. You have arrived. This is how you move on in a relationship. You sit back and you observe the person. You see how they are. For you ladies, if you say, man, I really want to be with him, and a guy too, I really want them still. You sit back and you observe them. You watch how they are. Ladies, that means keep it cute and keep it closed. If you, what I mean by that is, you know what I mean when I say keep it closed. If you're not putting out and they're still being nice to you and doing different things like that, then okay, they generally want to be with me. But if you ain't putting out and doing all of that extra things for that person, and they disrespecting you, they ain't hardly calling you, they ain't trying to be around you, and different things like that, you know what it is. And then you got the ladies like, well, I know how to get his attention. If you got to get his attention by opening it, that ain't doing anything. You don't want a male's attention that way. You want the whole package, because you're more valuable than that. And that's for the guys too. You are more valuable than that. You don't have to open it for a man. If you got to open it just to get his attention, then that ain't the attention that you want. For me, I have arrived. Why I say that is because I didn't have so many people. I thank God for the people that He put into my life that speak daily wisdom, send me scriptures daily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They finally like, Tiffany, please get here. I have arrived. God has really been dealing with me on my arrival, and I'm here at that moment. I sit back and I observe a person too. I observe you. I observe how you are. Ladies, if you go out with a guy, he's not opening up the door for you. He's not a gentleman at all. You go out to eat and things like that. It's all about him, not about you. Then he comes. You're last. You're not on his priority list. Then as well, you watch a person and you watch how they are around you. If you're not their priority, anytime somebody really wants something, they make you a priority. And if you're not a priority, then they don't really want you. They make you a priority. They do. So you got to watch that. Watch how they treat you. Some women are just happy with him. Like, he paying my bills, he doing this and that. He'll make you a priority. Or she'll make you a priority. And it's just not the in between the legs either. I never forget somebody told me that once that is over with, then what? If that's all y'all got, then what? Oh man, it's so good. Okay, then what else do y'all have other than that? For me, I have arrived. I'm at this moment now. I need more than just that. I want the whole package. And you got to speak that over your life. For me, I want the whole package. God will remove people away from around you. I see why God has did some things. Even in my conversations with people, I'm like, at this point, like, our conversations don't even mean anything to me anymore, because it's like I'm so over the conversation. When God takes you to a level where when you talking to people, you feel like I'm getting stupid and stupider and stupider. I'm getting dumber and dumber and dumber. Because it's like I'm not advancing. I feel like I'm in quicksand with you. When I have other conversations with people, I'm like, wow, these conversations are really good. For me, like I said, my 2020 is going to be different. I want to be around people who's making money, who's doing some things. I was talking to this woman of God, and she was telling me, she was like, I'm talking to people who are in magazines, on radio, television. I'm like, that's me. I want to have my own, name on like magazines, on newspapers. I'm sorry, somebody sent me a text. I was getting distracted. Like a post, like Ask Tiffany, questions by Tiffany. I would like to have a little area in the newspaper where you can ask me questions about relationships and different things like that. Even on have my own little page on the magazine, relationship issues. I would like to do that. I would like to connect with some powerful people. Director Tyler Perry, if you out there, I would like my movie my book to become a movie. I'm speaking in existence. I said my movie. I'm speaking it. I would like my story to become a movie, like on Lifetime or something like that, because I believe it's a story that will touch a lot of people. You know, any women who been through infertility, that it will touch you. Any person who was broken, I would say I was broken. Anybody who was broken, this story will capture you. Anybody who been through abuse, this story will capture you. Anybody who been through infidelity, this story will catch you. So I would like my story to be on Lifetime. I'm gonna promote it. Tag Tyler Perry, tag Lifetime movies, whatever. In these videos, I'm gonna tag it myself. I would like to connect with people like that. Even the book A Mother's Diary, I believe it should be on Lifetime. Kenya Shaw, I believe it should be on Lifetime. I'm saying it again. I believe it should be on Lifetime. Those stories mean something. So I'm speaking that into existence for my 2020. I'm going to connect to some people in power. And so God is removing people that don't need to go up to the next level with me. Even as far as the relationship, I'm speaking into existence. My next is going to be better than my last, because I need somebody who's in love with Jesus. For me, everybody don't copy off what I'm saying. Ask God for what you want, for your spouse or whoever to be in your life. For me, I need somebody who's in love with Jesus. I need a praying person. For me, because if you ain't in love with Jesus, we ain't got nothing really connect. If you ain't praying, because I'm a prayer. I like to pray and I like to talk to God. And if we ain't on the same level, then I can't. I need somebody when I'm down or I'm out that can throw some scriptures at me. And if we get into, because all relationships ain't gonna be perfect. I'm gonna tell you that. But instead of cursing me out or arguing, he know how to go to God and pray. And when he feel like I'm weak, he know how to call upon the name of Jesus. See, I need somebody like that in my life. I need somebody who's in tune with the Lord, for real. Because that anybody who know me know I'm in love with Jesus. So I need somebody just like that. I'm not talking about somebody who know about Jesus, but somebody who's in love with the Lord in my life. So don't settle. If you don't drink or you don't smoke, why get with somebody who drinking and smoking just to be with them if that's not what you about? I remember some guys used to tell me, I don't like no woman who smoke and drink. That is so unattractive. Especially a lady smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. That is so unattractive. And a lot of guys come to me, they be like, oh, let me see your lips. They like, you don't smoke. I'm like, let me see my lips. They like, yeah, you don't smoke, do you? I'm like, no. They like, you can tell by a lady's lips. They like, I mess with her, but I wouldn't want to be with her like that. That's so disgusting. So people, you might not know somebody who watching you, but they do. The guys will mess with anybody, but they like, it's some standards of, who guys want to be with. Guys watch you, women. They watch the things that you do too. They like, and like I said, it's good to have, if you're in a relationship with somebody, get somebody who pray. You just don't want nobody just, we having sex, I can talk to them. You want a praying person in your life too, because if you look at the world today of everything that's going on, you want somebody that prays in your life. I thank God I had a praying grandmother. You need people in your life who can pray. So for me, my next relationship, you gotta be a prayer warrior. You gotta be able to pray. So I can't settle and be with anybody. I need some prayer. I need somebody to be able when them, with the kids in the house and them tempers get to going. We praying and we calling out scriptures. I need that in my life. So I'm here to say, don't settle. Don't settle. But like I said, you have arrived where you know that when you around somebody that you feel uncomfortable, you ain't feeling uncomfortable because it's too uncomfortable. It's because you don't did right, or you trying to run off and be with somebody else, and I got to get up out of here uncomfortable. I'm talking about the uncomfortable where God is shaking you like, man, you don't need to be around them. You need to be around some people who doing some things. You need to be around some people who got it going on. You need to be around some people who can pour nuggets into you. You need to be around some people who can pour wisdom into you. You need to be around some people who gonna take you to the next level. You need to be around some people who gonna get your face on the magazine. You need to be around some people who gonna put your name in a book. You need to be around some people who gonna make your name great. That's what I'm talking about, uncomfortable. When you around people who ain't doing anything, you like, man, we doing the same thing. We smoking, we drinking, we kicking it. We talking about the same thing. Are you actually elevating? I need to be around some people who are elevating, who can pull me up. You know, if I'm right here, I need you to get me up here. I don't want somebody to stay right here with you. What's the purpose? So that's how you know you have arrived. You know, even when you're in a relationship with somebody and you like, man, baby, you know, we doing the same thing. You ain't nothing changing. Yeah, the sex is good. I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah, this is great, but I want to elevate. I need somebody who gonna mentally challenge me. If you can't mentally challenge me, I don't want to be with you. I ain't talking about somebody who's saying, "Oh, you dumb, you're stupid," you know, go back to school. I need somebody who's right there with me, challenging me to make me want to be better. If you have somebody in your corner for that, that's wonderful. If you want somebody, I want to go back to school for business accounting or something like that, and you're not good in math, and he's good in math, and he be like, come on, let me help you. Let me help you go ahead and get this degree. Or even vice versa for you. If she good in math, and she like, come on, let me help you. I want to elevate you. You know, somebody who just not talking about it. You know, so that's how you know you have arrived. And like I said, once again, I'm not on here trying to male bash anybody, because like I said, it's some good guys out here who generally care about the mother of their child, even if they not with them. If they good, she good. Not every guy's a cheater. Not every woman's a cheater. I'm not saying that. I'm just on here talking about different issues and things that I'm going through. That's it. Or to connect with other people, because a lot of people, relationships are the key component in the world today. Everybody has some type of thing that they have been through in a relationship, some good and some bad, but everybody has a story, and your story should be told, because your story will help somebody else. Don't be ashamed of your story. I'm not ashamed. I'm here to give you the raw. I want to take you from the beginning to the end of my story. And even in my relationship now, what I'm going through with my child's father, I want to be able to come back on book 2 and say we have advanced from there. I don't want to be still in the same quicksand with him. I want to be able to say we went to the next level. We're cool now. You know what I'm saying? We able to do this. You know, you always wanted to advance. I don't want to still be on the same level with him. So on the next book, I want to be able to have a continue to that story and add on, like, you know what I'm saying, things got better. You know what I'm saying? We're cool. We will never be together in a relationship ever again. I'm speaking that into existence now. Never ever. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but sometimes God, for me, I hear from the Lord. And the Lord already had told me some things, but me being hard-headed Tiffany, like, you know, Lord, this is what I want. I want my family. I want this. I want that. You know, sometimes gotta try to keep you from that, but you keep putting yourself back into that situation. You just don't know how hard it was for me, how many times I went to the Lord. Like I said, you don't know somebody's story. You don't know what people do in their private time. See, in my private time, I cry out to the Lord. In my private time, I really have a conversation with the Lord. In my private time, I really have a relationship with the Lord. So I really do hear from the Lord. A lot of people are like, well, how do you hear from the Lord? That's when, in a moment where you have to be quiet and you can actually hear from God. He will talk to you. I don't want people like, oh, she crazy. No, it's true. It is so true. You will hear from the Lord. In those moments, sometimes you hard-headed and you want what you want. And I'm like, okay, well, God, you telling me this, but why is he still doing that? Why is he still treating me this way? Even though you said that you didn't understand it, but now I understand why. Because God is saying, I have to, you at a whole new platform now, and you need somebody who can uplift you. If you are the one who's uplifting as a woman, you need a man who's going to be the head and the king of the household. So if you have a praying life, you need somebody who got a praying life too. You need somebody who can pour into you. It's good that man too, that you got a woman who prays too. It's vice versa. It could be the other way around. But for me, God knows that I need some help. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what he's doing. He know why he needs somebody who's gonna pour into me. Because sometimes I could be very stubborn. So he gotta have the right individual, like, that's gonna go head to toe with me with you know what I'm saying. You gonna, you know, I got you, Tiffany. So I was really wrestling with the Lord. Like, God, this is what I want. I want my family. I don't understand why they treat me like that. I was going back and forth with the Lord, not just to this individual about how they was treating me. I was going to the Lord about it. I was crying to God like, why? I was fasting, praying, all of that. God was like, I already done told you, but go ahead and do you. Sometimes we want to go outside of the will of what the Lord has for us, and sometimes God is a very good person. He don't force nothing on you. He give you free will. But sometimes he'll step in. Hallelujah. I gotta say that God is good for real. I promise you that. He will step in and he'll stop a lot of things from happening. A lot of women feel like, well, I was messing with such and such. I ain't heard from him no more. It wasn't you. It was the favor of the Lord that stopped it, because he knew that person was not going to help you. He knew that this person wasn't going to take you to where you wanted to go. He knew that person was just going to be abusing you. I'm talking about abusing you physically, abusing you abusing your body. That's all that he wanted from you. So he stopped him from reaching out to you, because he knew that he wasn't going to be here to help you. So he removed him out your life, or remove her out your life, because he knew that what their motives were. That's why you ain't heard from them no more, because God removed them, because he knew that they weren't the right person for you. God will turn somebody hard towards you as well, because God see their motives towards you are not pure, are not good. So God will close their heart towards you, where they can't treat you the way that they thought they was going to treat you. God will stop a lot of things from happening to you. Oh, yes, he will, because he done did it for me. Because God said, I'll turn their hearts towards you, so they won't continue to keep taking you through the same thing year after year after year after year. God said, I'm going to put a stop to it. If you ain't going to put a stop to it, I'm going to put a stop to it. God will put a stop to it. They'll wake up one day and they be like, man, I don't even like this person no more. And they don't know why. They be like, man, I want to go mess with them, but I can't. God has stopped them from doing that. God said they more than just that. You're not just going to abuse their body and go on to the next. You're not going to continue to treat them like that. He will put a stop to it. A lot of people be like, I don't understand why I don't hear from such and such. It ain't that you didn't hear from. It's because God stopped them from reaching out to you. He like, I'm cutting this at the cord. I'm cutting it at the root. Y'all, you ain't, it's enough. I let you go through that cycle, and you still going through it, and you ain't learned from it yet. Enough. You ain't growing. How is you growing? What is you accomplishing from that? How have you elevated from that? You better than somebody's bed mate. Like a bed partner, my fault. You better than that. You are wife material. You are husband material. You more than that. And that's why I'm here to tell any woman or any man, you are more than that. Just laying in the bed next to somebody, no. You're more than that. If that's all they want from you, you more than that. Don't sell yourself short for nobody. And if somebody walk away out your life, let them go. That's another thing. Let them go. They weren't meant to be in there. Everybody can't handle you. Everybody can't handle your anointing. They was removed. Let them go. I know it hurts sometimes, because you can see it in my face. It hurts. Trust me, oh baby, it hurts. But guess what? God has somebody especially for you. And I'm believing that for myself. I'm just not talking to you. I'm decreeing and declaring over my own life that God has somebody for me, because I'm unique. I'm different. I ain't just somebody that you can just put in the shelf, and when you want to take it out, you can play with it when you want to play with it and put it back up. No, I'm more than that. When somebody stand next to me, they gonna say, that's my good thing right there. Just how a man is, a man like a woman who looks good, on his shoulder when he walking, and all the other guys looking like, dang, she fine. That's just like us women. We want a man on our side who's looking good, who's smelling good, and who can carry us. So don't sell yourself short for nobody. You ain't nobody's anything. You God's somebody. And then for the ones who say, wait, who are you? You somebody to God. You God's child. That's who you are. When a person say, who you think you are? Say your name. I'm Tiffany. Put your name in there. I'm somebody to God. I might not be somebody to you, but I'm somebody to God. And watch what God is about to do in my life. Just have a seat. God said, I'll prepare a table for your enemies so they can see you blessed. All y'all, have a seat. Even to all your exes, have a seat. You didn't see my worth. Have a seat. Watch what God about to do in my life. Go ahead and have that seat. It might not happen when you want to, but God is always on time. Watch what he about to do in my life. Have a seat. You got a side for your haters, and you got a special seat for your ex. Have a seat. Watch what God about to do for me. Put that ring finger up and say, God is about to make me somebody's wife. God is about to bring somebody into my life who's going to value me, because they know I am valuable to the Lord. So with that being said, once again, I welcome anyone's suggestions in my inbox. Like I said, I'm not on here trying to bash anybody. And I thank you for all my connections of people who's telling me I want to connect with you. I want to connect with you. If you just let me know what type of work that you want to do. Like I said, I'm trying to get in some magazines. I'm trying to get in a newspaper, on the radio. If you have a radio platform, if you know somebody in radio, if you know somebody in magazines, if I can do an article, talk to them, anything, interviews, I'm for it. But once again, know that you are valuable in God's eyes, and don't settle for anything. Don't let nobody take you through anything. A person only does what you allow them to do. If you allow a person to continue to just call you when they want something, or anything like that, you allowing it. Stop allowing people to just use you and walk all over you. Look in the mirror and say, I'm unique and I'm valuable to the Lord. With that being said, have a blessed weekend.